everyone, and welcome to the back nine of the first round of the very first major of the year, the PDGA Champions Cup, presented by Bushnell, also in partnership with the Pro Tour. I'm Erica Stinchcomb.
And I'm Madison Walker. We are your two hot geese.
We are here at the International Disc Golf Center here in Appling, Georgia, at an absolutely gorgeous course. We are watching Kristin Tattar, Catrina Allen, Kona, Panis, and Paige Pierce shred up this course. Real quick though, I want to start a goose awareness kind of a thing right now. So everyone, did you know that geese can operate their eyes independently? Just saying. Look forward to more content here at GK Pro. Checking in on the leaderboard, Holly Finley destroying the course. 4 downs, amazing.
And I think that will be hot round of the day. We see a lot of people under par in the top 10, and I think that will hold. We thought that even par would keep you up in the top 5, top 10, but we were sorely mistaken. There are a lot of birdies on the back. Let's see what our feature card does. Hole 10 is 606 feet. It is a par 4. I absolutely love this hole. You want to throw something that finishes right, but it has to carry straight for a long time. You want to land right around this group of 3 trees in the middle to set up your second shot. Left side is better and opens up your second shot. You want to throw a hyzer or a flex shot through this gap and finish out by the green. There's a lot of fairways you can take if you do get stuck on that left side. Early right is not it.
I like a kind of fairway driver or more controllable shot just thrown straight, personally. Let's see, that kind of looks like what Paige is doing here with the passion. Don't want to get too greedy. That's kind of what we've seen on the front nine. Paige struggling with her drives, but really battling hard from the woods and having some amazing saves.
Some early and some late, and once you start playing that game at WR Jackson, you're going to get in some rough situations.
This is a St. Pro.
This is a beautiful looking shot. She is pushing that line of trees to the back and unfortunately filters too far straight, doesn't get that turn she wants late in the flight of the disc.
Yeah, if you're going to throw the straight play, you can't throw forever far. This is a Tour Series sail from Catrina.
God, it was turning.
It did have the right shape, but just hit that one tree before it started turning.
So this tee pad's in the perfect spot to make this difficult. It is a pretty wide open fairway, but tucking the tee pad onto the left side of that fairway and having that one big tree just off the tee pad really does make you want to push a little more right than you need to. Kona is not afraid to push that tree, however, works down the right-hand side, gets a little late left kick. She'll be a little pinch for her second shot.
Everyone just finding a little bit of trouble here. No one finding quite the right landing zone to attack on the second shot. Paige trying to bite off some distance here from the woods.
She has a gap to get out, and sometimes you don't even have that. She gets herself out back into the middle of the fairway from what I can tell.
That was impressive.
Trina forced to throw a patent pending from the right side of the fairway. The basket is kind of behind her shoulder on the right side of the screen. It turns really sharply. There's not much she can do to get to the green here, but getting around the corner as much as possible is your best case scenario.
And from there, it's probably what, like 150 feet maybe?
Yep. Kona having to throw a sidearm out of the edge of the woods.
Just going lucid trespass. Love the die on that disc.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she was even trying to get to the green. Love that. Super smart play. She must have not had a big gap to work with. And there's no point in trying to force something, because if you catch a tree, you can kick to no man's land very quickly. Paige throwing her third shot, and she definitely can save her par here.
Oh, nailed it.
I was literally wondering if she's going right or left side. I think she's trying to go right.
Yeah, throw a flex.
With a distance driver. I think it was a Zeus and throw a flex line.
Hitting trees is not stopping her from being aggressive here.
No, never. And I mean, +3. I mean, she was +3 after the first hole, so like she's hanging in there, you know?
Kristin, unfortunately, hits that big tree just trying to get back onto the fairway. Does not progress very much, but she can still rescue her par as well.
Catrina a little worse off than I thought. She does have a little gap here. And that ribbon is actually 150 feet, so she's probably 200 feet No problem. Though.
Wow.
You-
What a great recovery shot.
Beautiful. That was her SP Bonsai. Age, patent pending. This looks like a great angle.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful.
She'll find her way onto the green.
I mean, just to have a bogey save in the two places she ended up is impressive.
Kristin with her third shot, trying to get to the green for her par.
Trusty harp.
And that harp was so straight.
Yeah, I think it's. Let me double check here.
Kind of beat.
I think it's a BT medium
Okay.
harp, which is more of a base plastic,
BT
and it's
medium
gonna go
beat.
straighter. Yeah, yeah.
Kona throwing her third shot, looking for just a sidearm crash into the green. A little short, but inside the circle, able to get the par.
We'll see if she can convert. She's been having trouble with those circle edge just outside the circle looks.
Who isn't?
You're not wrong.
Except for Kristin Tattar. We saw her make some huge putts in the first. Wow, speaking of huge putts.
Yeah, seen Paige make some huge ones as well. What a bogey save! Like that could have gone so much worse. That whole entire hole.
Nice little stepper from about 40 feet.
Like you're talking that could be a 7 in 3 more seconds. Like, see if Kona can convert her par.
From 30 feet. Ooh, lots of chains. She'll have a tap in for her bogue. Kristin for her par. Same story, different spot. This plate is the 6th most difficult hole on the day.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think just that tee shot can put you in a whirlwind of trouble just trying to recover.
Yeah. Katrina with a very nice par there.
I like this hole though because it does give you the opportunity to scramble, even if you do get off fairway. There's a way. There were 4 birdies: Lisa Fakis, Katie Teti, Sarah Hokum, and Vanessa Van Dyken. Those are very impressive birds.
Hole 11 is a pretty long par 3, not really reachable by a good chunk of the field. You're just throwing something that turns right the whole time, maybe a roller, someone's feeling feisty. Early right is probably the worst mistake. Up in the right hand corner there, gkprodisc.com/shop. We do have some Two Hot Geese merch. Please check us out and support us, support GK Pro. We're trying to do some cool stuff for disc golf and we appreciate all of you and your support.
Yeah, seeing you guys out there rocking the Two Hot Geese merch
It's
makes
my favorite.
our day. The
If you ever-
honking is great.
Yeah, if
but
you ever see us like honk at us, please. But the merch is better.
Katrina getting the right angle on the disc, but it turns over more than she wants. Doesn't get any flex. I wonder if she was trying to set up for that flex, but she's way down there. This hole is very difficult to get to. Obviously,
Yeah.
a par 3 at 420 feet on an Anheuser or on a right turning angle the whole way. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, that was her Tour Series sail, which is an understable distance driver. I'm sure she was trying to work it all the way there.
Paige was such an impressive shot,
Wow.
though. Yeah, getting the flex at the end that you want after it carries right for so long. So good.
Kristin with her grand grace here.
She gets that late turn as well and even gets some forward progression after
So
she hits.
impressive. This
Yeah.
is so far. I mean,
Wow.
they're
Almost
throwing
pin high.
400 uphill. Like, I'm impressed.
Only 5% of the field getting to circle 1 off the tee. Kona doesn't quite get enough over on it. She will finish in the left-hand side. There's lots of little sticky bushes over there. Oh, maybe
She's on the edge, I think.
Yeah. It clears out more as you go further down the fairway. So the further you can progress, the better
Yeah.
as far as clearing.
And that left side is definitely a little friendlier than the right.
Katrina with a patent pending, catches the last tree before the green.
One of the first kind of bigger mistakes we've seen her make, like unforced error. Kona with a wide open look at it.
Yeah, super clear where she landed.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that tree was that far away from the basket.
Yeah.
I thought it was like circle's
It's
edge.
like edge of circle 2.
Giving it a soft bid. Ooh, catches the koozie and
Oh,
gets
sit
a
down.
gnarly roll.
Not really what you want left for your bogey there. It was a good effort, honestly, for her
yeah.
par save.
Kristin in circle 2. Mm-hmm. So impressive. 13% of the field landing in circle 2. Giving themselves a look at birdie. She catches the right side chains. Last time she was left side. I think we'll just see her can the rest of them in the center.
Dollar side bet?
Catrina with a tester from circle's edge. Just a wee bit high. And when it's already a challenging par 3 on the distance front, it's a bummer to see a roll like that.
Just hurts, you know? What a birdie, though.
What a great birdie.
Unreal.
One of only 2 on the day.
She made it look like that was a normal distance.
Yes.
To
Yes, she did. Evelina Salonen, the other 2.
Not surprising.
Classic. Big arm.
There's Kona with a solid conversion on her putt.
This is a hole that I feel like we almost would have seen no one birdieing in years past. And this year I can see a whole grouping of people that potentially could get there. So that's cool.
Pretty amazing. And that's, I mean, has Katrina even bogeyed
No,
yet?
that's
her first.
Her first bogey strokes of the round.
Yeah.
And 2 on this hole.
Puts her just over par. Kristin holding strong, 1 under.
Hole 12 is an 861-foot par 5. This hole is, I think, one of the most famous holes on the course. You want to go right side of these trees on a hyzer, or you can flex one left side with the drone. You want to land right around this stump, setting up your second shot to ideally go hyzer through this right side gap. There is a left side sneaker gap or sucker gap, whatever you want to call it. It works though. Ideally, you on your second shot get yourself down here to give you a putt. There is eagle in play here for sure, but I think we will see most people with pretty straightforward birdie.
Sneaker gap?
Sucker gap?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, sneaker gap.
Never heard of that. Go ahead and comment below. Sneaker gap or sucker gap or some other weird name.
Or clarify.
Stand up.
We see Paige trying to work that left side flex shot.
I mean, that's the way to get max distance for sure.
That was a nice little tree love there. The right side hyzer play is good, but the thing is you have to have your disc finish more to the left to open up that second right gap.
Right, which is wider. Mm-hmm. And
I think the flex is the
preferable.
better play here. Kristin catches those center trees you want to avoid, but it's not bad where she landed.
yeah, the left side is, I don't know, I think that's probably what we should be doing, but the right side feels safer.
Even though it doesn't necessarily set you up for the best landing zone.
No, but like it's a little easier to hit. Kona getting, I thought she was getting a little sneaky through those trees. She'll be on the edge as well. Man, no one getting past those first guardian trees, really. Let's see if Katrina can do it.
Hitting a tight gap this far away from the tee pad is so difficult. It looks wide open because it is the whole way there, but man,
Turn.
oh,
I was trying.
this gap is right at the
Same
terminus of most FPO players' distance.
All right, so just throw as far as you can into a narrow
gap.
opening. And then land within 20 feet of...
I lost Kristin's shot.
I did too. I think it kind of went in this center grouping.
Yeah, it looked like it was early, which it could filter out into this sneaker sucker gap on the left-hand side.
No, we're not doing both.
You're right. Totally right. Katrina throwing a sidearm.
Call it the skinny fairway or
Much better.
something.
And she's just trying to get to a landing zone out in the open on the right-hand side. It's very straightforward approach to the green from over there. She may have filtered more into the trees than you want.
Yeah, she had the right distance, but I don't know if she skipped into the trees a little. I think Paige is actually set up really well for this right side gap.
Oh,
No, early.
Is that gonna work?
That's gonna be great. Honestly,
oh my gosh.
I actually like this slide because if you just land even halfway through it in the middle, it's like a relatively easy birdie. Like if you don't get too greedy.
It's just a straight shot from there.
Mm-hmm.
Kona with the farthest, and she throws it a little lower from that kind of awkward patent pending, but she'll have a pretty straightforward approach to the green. Just a simple hyzer from there. Katrina did filter
into the trees.
Yeah, she's forced to throw another sidearm here. She won't have the distance to get to the green. Thankfully, this is a par 5.
Yeah, but 5 doesn't feel the best on this one.
You're definitely losing strokes to the field with a 5.
That looks like Kristin's Claymore.
Really awkward footing. She did early release. She is in the center trees, and she is on that left side skinny gap.
Again, seeing that mistake when you throw patent pending, it's really common to overturn the disc. She's at the edge of the whatever grouping of trees.
Mm-hmm. Last possible tree. Kona having that nice open third shot. She's going to slide it right up to the green. She'll be just outside the circle. Doesn't quite get that left skip that she was looking for at the finish.
Still up there for a birdie. And Paige, you know, even with the misfire, this is a nice open straight putter shot. She's so good at these. Let's see if she can get it close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So you go right side?
Yes.
I like left. I like right first and then left.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I'm not trying to get crazy on the left.
Yep.
I'm just trying to
get it in the middle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Katrina throwing her 4th shot, chipping up to the green. Nice work. She'll be just outside the bullseye.
Padding those stats. Awkward foliage action here.
This is her 3rd shot, I believe. No, 4th shot as well.
Yep. Pretty well done from there.
Kona for birdie, I believe.
Yep. Framed up by these trees here. Come on. A little short. Little work left, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of action on this green. Yeah, and it's rocky, too, so you just does not want to grab.
Come on. Oh. Just struggling on the putting green today for Kona.
Katrina went a little outside that bullseye, but no problem. Saving the par after a lot of scrambling from the rough. Still only 20% of the field getting a birdie here, even though I feel like that's kind of a soft par.
Just a little.
Mm-hmm. I think
it's like a par 4.65.
I think in the next 3 rounds, we will see a lot more birdie action.
I think so, too. And playing the same course over and over, people tend to get a little bit better as the day goes on, or the tournament goes on.
Figuring out the game plans.
Kind of rare miss from Paige there, from about 20.
She'll still walk away with a par, though, here.
Mm-hmm. Disappointing, though. She isn't... I don't know.
Kona, unfortunately, having to settle for bogey here. She played the hole so well. We're moving into a hole, though, that is 100% birdieable, although it is a very difficult line.
Yeah, it calls for a power forehand that pushes really straight, or a turnover. You have to throw really straight that breaks late at the end. You're going to see the pin here on the right. I would say, I don't know, it's a relatively easy par, and it is gettable, but I mean, at 399, it must play a little downhill. It doesn't feel quite that far.
Yeah, it does not. There is a lot of trouble you can get in, though. Early left, or if you go halfway down the fairway and then go left, it can get really tough to find the green, and then early right is
death.
Miserable.
Yeah. If you just throw it
she found the fairway.
Like, you're so happy. You'll take that every time. Mm-hmm. Yay. I love that.
Kristin's been throwing these slow turnover, late turn shots really well, and she does it again. Carries really far, does kind of hyzer at the end, but she'll have a putt. She looks like maybe around circle 2.
Any kind of look at this you're pretty happy with. Tour Series sail again from Catrina. Nice understable. Oh, that's a little early.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so understable. It's a little low.
Looks
It's
like she'll
early.
still have a pretty straightforward up and down to get the par. Is Kona throwing a lower speed disc here? Kind of looked like a fairway driver or a mid.
I think it's her Vandal. Let me double check real quick. Oh, it's a Maverick.
Okay.
Super workable fairway driver. Super versatile.
I really like her tee shots today. She's keeping it everything, just trying to keep everything in the middle, and it's really paying off.
Again, yeah, she's disking down to those kind of 7 to 9 speed fairway drivers, and just playing really smart. Often disking up on the second shot of like a long par 4, like really solid strategy.
Such a bummer that Kristin got that far down there and then had to lay a putt.
I know.
Ugh, I hate that. That's what I mean. I think in the FPO field, it looks like only one person made it in circle 2.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
That is surprising. I mean, it's technical, but again, it feels like you can get it.
Yeah. I think it's the shot shape,
Yeah.
having to have a lot of distance to get that late turn. But man, the only person that got it and they didn't have a look. Ugh. We'll see a birdie on this hole before the week's done. And I think we'll see a bunch. We're back at Tournament Central. You can hear the tunes. We get to
Party
swing
vibes.
back by, see everybody before we head back into the woods for the last little loop. And I think these are my favorite grouping of holes on the course. I love this loop. But before we go, let's look at the leaderboard. Holly's still holding strong at 4 under par. Haley and Evelina just behind her with 3 unders. I wonder if
Haley with a lot of work to go here on 13.
and a lot of birdies left.
Yeah, Missy 2 down through 16. Alexis Manduhano 2 down, and she's done. I mean, that's really a solid grouping.
Yeah.
Already finished and under par.
Yep, still having to hold under to be in that top 10. Hole 14 is a par 4. It's 579 feet. Oh, you have to throw
Do you
a
remember
high.
what hole it
Yeah,
is?
no, I don't. You have to throw an uphill hyzer shot off the tee. Your second shot is a turnover. You want to get around all of these trees. You do not want to go straight because it will pinch off your shot to the green. This one is reachable for birdie, but man, it takes 2 very, very impressive shots to get a birdie.
These power players are going to have a huge advantage because if you can get, on top of the hill and then finish left, it really opens your second shot. And a lot of the FPO field isn't going to be able to crest the hill like that far as you want to get the ideal placement.
Shot is very reminiscent of hole 1, which we saw played as the most difficult hole on the day. This one, however, is more middle of the pack. It's the 9th most difficult hole.
This is a grand arrive.
That surprises me because I do feel like this is more difficult than hole 1. So we'll attribute that to hole 1. Nerves. Yeah.
It's shorter than hole 1, but I think slightly more technical.
Yeah, definitely, especially that second shot. Katrina with a great looking
Oh, yeah.
drive.
That's smash.
And she gets
Proline
so
torrent, yeah.
far down there.
That's 50 to 70 feet farther than a lot of people are landing.
I mean,
she'll have a great
forehand.
chance at birdie. Yeah,
Yeah.
not quite a pitch forehand, but definitely not a full distance sidearm.
Kona with a
that
great
looks
looking
good, too.
shot as well. It gets a little straight progression on the ground.
But that's solid too. Royal grace from her.
Paige lining up a sidearm for her second shot. Just a standstill. Looks like potentially a placement shot here.
I don't know. She could get crazy with like a flex sidearm here. I think that could have been in her mind as she threw that.
Yeah, that's a very aggressive play because those trees on the right-hand side can keep you from getting to the green if you're short. Kristin lining up the same shot.
See if she tries to go for it.
Yeah, we've seen her throw this angle with some pretty miraculous shots.
Yeah, she is going for it. That's her Rive again, which is like a 13 speed disc with quite a lot of fade. And I mean, she got up there about as well as you can from that position.
Kona lining up the sidearm as well. She is more to the right-hand side of the fairway. It'll have to be a sharper angle. She early releases it, but makes it through.
Bad roll. Just
What
needs
a
to
weird
stop.
roll.
I mean, I guess she's fine.
Yeah, totally fine. And it wouldn't
It's
have
just
been
a
that much
roll.
of an advantage.
Right. Not bad or good. Just happened.
Catrina lining up a backhand where we thought she would throw a sidearm. Love the air she's putting under it, trying to get all the way to the basket.
Oh, yeah. Look at that turn.
That is perfect. Holy cow.
Literally perfect.
That was so good.
Amazing.
Was that a putter?
Yeah. I can see what it was. I think it was her speedless steady.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
that's what it was. Gotta thank the ladies for sending me their disc list. I really appreciate it. Helps the fans know what you're throwing. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Nice little chip forehand from Kona.
Paige for birdie.
Yeah, I didn't really have a look with those two little trees in the way.
Kristin with a long look for birdie as well. She's got one tree in the way.
I thought she got into circle too,
Me
but
too. Oh,
huh?
oh, oh! She started to run it in. Oh,
Good line, just low.
Paige for par. And everyone else will just have some nice easy tap-ins.
Katrina for the birdie to get her back to even par.
There were 5 birdies on the day. So cool that we got to watch one of them here with that amazing first and second shot.
Probably the closest
Yep.
birdie.
It's got to be. And that one feels good. You know you're gaining strokes there.
An important part of getting a PDGA membership is helping grow the game. Membership dollars are used to bolster competition of all levels, from local C-tiers to majors. Tools like Digital Scorecard and Tournament Manager help events run seamlessly. Your PDGA membership also gives you access to Disc Golf Network coverage for select events and a 50% discount to their full coverage package. Help grow the sport and get started today. Visit pdga.com/join.
I got to imagine just laying up for a smart par with the C-Noose.
I think he's going to give it a cheeky run.
Wow, if he throws this in.
Oh! Are you kidding me? Wow, unbelievable from Nico LaCastro, OTP nominated. Wow, look at the lift, Sexton.
No way.
Only on the Disc Golf Network.
Too short there for Bradley.
Live disc golf. Guys, I'm telling you, that's where it's at.
Hole 15 is a par 4. It's 543 feet. It calls for like a slight turnover off the tee. If you can land at the top of this hill, probably a little bit more on the right side is better, but left side is fine. And then you just kind of got to pick a pretty small gap here. I like the forehand approach, but you have to be careful controlling your speed on the way down. You see this creek behind it. It's not OB, but you can find some tricky spots really quickly if you come in with too much heat.
This green is really fast too. It's super rocky, so you're not going to get anything to grab. You want to land early and let it slide up. This is such a weird shot because you do want it to turn over like we see Katrina's just doing, but you don't want it to turn over too much.
I mean, that's perfect. I mean, that's
Wow.
beyond perfect with that skip and ground play.
She got so much ground
Yeah, that's
action
like
on that.
probably 30 or 40 feet farther than a lot of people are trying to place their shots. She did go torrent, which is that high-speed driver. Definitely trying to get as much distance as possible. That looks so good, too. And this is gonna... It looks farther than Katrina's. Yeah, look at it skip. So much farther than Katrina's.
And that left side... Oh. What's happening?
It's fine.
That left side is nice over there because instead of throwing down at the basket, you're kind of throwing a little more level.
Yeah, it's weird. You don't want to land just a little left. You want to land
Way
a
left.
lot left.
Yeah.
After you go right.
Kristen opting for that right side though,
Oh my God.
just like Katrina.
They throw so far. Like where she landed, if she was a couple feet over, is great. Like that's all a lot of people are trying to do. Not these ladies. early.
Sneak.
Wow.
And there she is, way left.
So lucky. Wow.
There we go.
Now I want to see her birdie it. Oh, this is like pretty, kind of brutal.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate lie after all that distance. Oh no.
Such tiny little gaps, and she'll have probably a similar looking shot. That is to say, jail. Man, Kona's way up there.
A wide open look at the basket, but it is very sharp downhill.
Oh, this looks pretty good. A little too much speed. And that tree is a little bit low. Like, Kona will probably be dealing with some branches in her putt, but she's pretty close. Wow. Pretty awkward stance here.
Really awkward.
This is that little left versus a lot of left.
But look at that shot.
Solid.
Getting a lot of ground action as well. It's a lot of stability, able to throw that far lunged out and still get control on the disc. Paige way left, having to throw a sidearm because she's almost too pinched
Go
left.
in? Oh no, okay. That one angle made it look like it, but wow, she's parked for her birdie. Gorgeous. Just to see that full power aggression on the drive is just so cool.
What a great shot from Kristin from the rough. Finding a small gap, making it work. She'll have to contend with that low-hanging branch as well.
But just to get out of there is a tall order. Dang.
she'll have to settle for the par on hole 15.
Kona from a knee. A lot of branches in the way here. For birdie.
Hey!
Nice.
Look at that.
That was awesome. Kristin doing something similar here. Looks a little clearer for her.
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Sometimes the knee putts are nice. Just take a half your body out of the equation.
Yeah, maybe they should just do that all the time. What do you think?
Just a pendulum at this point, right?
Those are some great putts. Some great birdies on the card. That is not an easy hole.
Hole 16 is one of the shortest holes on the course, just under 300 feet. You want to throw a turnover just before this big tree that we see on the left-hand side, but past these little sticky trees, and have it gently finish into the green. There is an out-of-bounds creek that runs along the right-hand side of this green down the hill. Rollaways can come into play here, but on the left-hand side, there's not much you have to worry about here. This is... You want to birdie this one. And
Absolutely.
If you're not going to get a birdie,
300.
yeah, you got to get your par here. Bogey is not acceptable on this hole.
There are some people who are going left side of this big tree, and I saw some forehands even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I was surprised. Oh, that's so good, Paige. That was beautiful. That looked like... I'm curious what disc that was. Putter, mid, maybe a buzz or something. This is perhaps a little too turned, but she got, I think, across the creek and is somewhere around circle 2.
The creek on the left-hand side is not out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just casual. And anything across that gives you somewhat of a look, though the basket is on a little hill, so you do have to be careful. This is a rift from Catrina, which is her signature mid-range.
She turns it over more than you want.
I mean, she's just up on the circle, I think.
Yeah, she checks that before that out-of-bounds creek.
I like the mid-range play. I mean, they have the power to throw slower speed discs and really be able to control the landing. Lands a little softer than a fairway driver. This is good, too.
Ooh, look at that little late turn.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. I think that's her Claymore again. She throws that so well. It's really a mid-range that you can shape a ton of shots with. Kona not quite over the creek, but pretty close. Little forehand chip shot.
She's so good at these.
Sake bomb slammer. Which is like somewhat of a mix, I was told, between like the old slammer and a harp. It's like a little retooled.
It's so overstable.
Yeah, it's very overstable.
Dumb overstable.
I mean,
Catrina for birdie.
utility overstable.
Yeah. Oh, just a little bit too high. Really great line.
Yeah, good attempt here. Kristin for a birdie. Beautiful.
Wow. Only 15% of the
down.
field getting a birdie on this hole. It's shocking.
It's not because I was telling my husband / caddy this, like, this is like the air quotes gimme birdie out here.
Yeah.
And it's still, I mean,
Tough.
that's not an easy shot. It's just maybe the easiest you're going to get out here at
It's
WR
just not
Jackson.
an easy line. It just seems like it should be an easy shot because it's so short. Great birdie from Paige, tap in.
Yeah, her drive was unbelievably gorgeous.
It is slightly uphill too. Mm-hmm. It's just a nice optical illusion of a hole.
Hole 17 is a par 4. Really tough, narrow fairway here. You want something to gently turn to the right, but not too far right. If you can get kind of the middle of this hill or even close to the top, you're in prime position here. I think the route here is to take the same path as the drone on the right. The left side is definitely more narrow, and you're approaching this pin here, which does have not a huge drop off, but it does kind of steadily drop behind the basket. So you definitely have to control that approach shot again. Birdie's gettable with the distance, but you have to put together 2 beautiful shots, and it's really easy to mess this hole up. That's amazing. That's super good.
One thing about this hole that makes it so challenging is even if you do get every bit of distance off this tee and you make this really narrow fairway all the way down, your landing zone is so steep, so your footing can be tricky on your second shot. Also, that can happen.
There is that too. I mean, she was going grace, trying to get to the top of the hill, maybe take that footing out of the equation. You're absolutely right. It leaves like a standstill
Uphill.
or uphill run up, which can be so difficult. This is also gorgeous. Both
yeah.
Kona and Paige, a little on that left side. We'll see if they can take the ideal gap or if they'll have to work through kind of that smaller left side up there.
Katrina with an early release and kicking left.
To save par here would be something.
Yeah.
Something special. She does have an opening, actually.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. But she's forced to throw a sidearm. It's not going to allow her to take as much distance as she wants. But, I take it back. That was a great sidearm.
I mean, again, like, just because she had an open look at it doesn't mean it's still an easy par.
Yeah.
You know? Some squishy footing here for Kristin. And still quite a bit of work left to get up this hill. Wow.
Wow.
Look at her go flex line.
She'll be pinched for her third shot to the green.
Well, and it's hard, too. Like, she has to throw over the hill, but then somehow magically flatten out. Like,
yeah.
Physics doesn't work that way. Or does it?
Or does?
No, it doesn't.
She opted for the uphill run up. It's so hard, and it forces your foot to touch down earlier than normal, and it makes you early release. It's just like textbook running uphill. It's really hard to argue with your body there, argue with the timing. Another great sidearm from Katrina.
Yeah.
It does flip, but she gets way down there and she'll have a putt.
That was her Tour Series sail the last 2 shots, which I really like, going understable forehand.
That was a really impressive sidearm.
Yeah, and shaping the line. This is beautiful.
Letting the hill do a lot of the work. Paige trying to do the same thing here.
Oh, I did it. I done did it.
A little early. Pretty bad kick to the right. Hopefully she's on the edge and can still scramble for her par.
This plate is the 4th most difficult hole in the day, and I'm surprised, honestly, it's not harder. You can see.
This, like, when you said hole 1 was hard, I immediately thought about this hole.
Me too.
Yeah. I would have guessed this one.
Kona leaves it a little low, doesn't get as much ground action as she wants.
I mean,
she'll be in circle 2.
You'll take a stress-free par on this every time, though.
True that. Oh, I forgot. That was only her second shot.
Yeah, that drive was unbelievable, but again, that placement is just as important as the distance. Oh, pretty good effort there, honestly, from Paige.
I'm right here.
It's also crazy that this is a par 4 while hole 8 is a par 5.
Yeah.
It's hard to nail it down here. Although I think I would be shocked if we saw. No, there was 3 birdies on the day.
Awesome.
More than I was expecting. This is Kona for her birdie.
I like that little chop. A little bit more power, and it lands nice and soft. It's a good way to safely run a basket with a forehand.
I believe everyone is settling for par at best here.
That was so close to being such a good par save.
And from the drive, a bogey feels okay.
It's
here.
okay.
Yep.
It's tolerable.
Yeah, when you hit those early trees, you're pretty much guaranteed at that point.
Ooh.
Nice par from Kona.
Yeah, par feels good on this one.
Holly Finley, Macy Vela-Diaz, and Jennifer Allen all got 3s on this.
Awesome.
So cool. So good.
Good par from Paige, too.
Hole 18, another par 5. It says 590, but there's no way. It covers way more ground than that, but maybe it's this massive hill. You want to throw your drive just to the left of these 2 trees on the right-hand side, maybe further if you have the arm for it. You want to set yourself up to be right there, not too far left, so that you can throw a straight shot all the way to the green and get your eagle. No big deal. Obviously, there's a lot of trees you can deal with on the right-hand side. I think left side is a better way to error. Right side is just absolute jail.
Yeah, there's a lot more skinny trees and little gaps. Yeah, at 590, this is a bit of a softer par 5. Birdie, like a 4 does, it just feels normal. Like, but it's so hard to, I think it's pretty hard to 3. Well, you just have to, again, land in a really prime landing zone to have a good look at it.
We will see some eagles. So.
We definitely will, but the landing zone is pretty tight to have the ideal shape on the second shot.
Mm-hmm.
Fusion Vandal, which is that fairway driver
That
she's been
looks great.
throwing. Again, controlling kind of the speed on the drives. Maybe going distance driver second shot like we've seen most of the round. Oh my god, that snap.
Ooh, she gets
Oh,
around
wow.
those corner trees. Holy moly.
That's that grand gray she's been throwing, and
That
she's
is-
way up there.
That is so far.
She's got that eagle look.
She took away the trees that you have to worry about getting pinched behind.
Yeah, she might have somewhat of a straight shot. We'll see.
Trina looking for that distance as well. And she gets
Yeah,
through.
get sneaky.
How that
she'll
disc
be-
has eyes.
Pinched and won't have the same kind of eagle run, I don't think. Paige was something here. The way this shapes, it's not really a, oh wow, she goes inside gap. It's not really a hyzer. If you hyzer out, you're gonna be like 100 feet away on the left, kind of like this. She's closer than that, but I can't believe she went inside gap. That was cool. She's up there for her eagle.
This plate is the easiest hole in the day.
God, yeah, they make it look so easy to get the 3, but the
It's
4,
not.
the 4 is easy.
But getting Kona not even trying to do anything aggressive here.
Surprising, honestly.
Me
She had a
too.
much better look at it than Paige did.
That right side does creep in about 3/4 of the way down the second half of the fairway.
And messing up an eagle run to get the par doesn't feel great, so I
No.
can't blame her. Whoa.
Katrina early release is pretty bad, but gets a really nice finish.
Yeah, interesting skip, like through a couple trees. All right, here's the best look at it. Again, you can see how the trees on the right kind of curve inward, so you really have to like push the back end and then fade. Whoa. Okay.
It's a nice skip.
Yeah, she's kind of right where Kona and Paige are. They all have circle 2 looks, though, for the eagle. Or almost circle 2.
Kona finishing out this round super smartly.
Yep. Just taking the birdie. Finishing at 2 over. Look at this wide straddle. I wonder if she steps or if she just like has enough power to just, yeah. Look.
Option
oh, you
B.
just putt it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So good. Oh, that's the best putt of the day.
That's amazing. She's so strong.
Oh, and
Look at around this
standstill.
tree too.
Look how wide
I know.
the stance is.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's unbelievable. Yeah, that deserves a couple fist bumps.
yeah, it puts her to 3 down to finish. Look at Paige. Look at she-
Like, how does she get
Like,
the power?
look at- wow, cool.
Wow. That just blew my mind.
I know.
This is Katrina for her eagle.
Mm-hmm.
She has a little bit more of a flex putt she's forced to do.
Yeah, it's weird to say settle for the birdie, but
Yeah.
that's what they're doing.
Oh,
So close.
man.
Paige also settling for birdie, which puts her at even par. Paige really battled well all around to get to even, which is a decent score.
Kona playing super smart. If she cleans up on the green, she is going to score
Yeah.
out here. She's
She
got
was
so
great
much
off the tee
Yeah,
and
so
her
much
up shots.
control on the disc.
Is there a scoring time? We didn't.
Katrina finishing even as well.
Take a peek at the cards. A little bit more red on the back nine, but still keeping it in control. We don't see any doubles, and this can happen so easily out at Jackson. A lot of birdies, though, especially in those last few holes.
Yeah.
Paige, really, really finishing strong to get back to even par.
Checking in with the rest of the field, Holly did hang on to that top spot, tied with Haley King at 4 down. Evelina and Kristin also on the feature card tomorrow.
Yeah, you see, it have to be under par to get in the top 10. No surprise. And what do you think the total on the weekend will be? We'll see a 16.
That would be so cool.
Just to reiterate, we just started doing an FPO VIP membership program. You can see those 3 names on the list. This is a new program. It's $10 a month to support GK Pro, to support FPO coverage, and to support your 2 Hot Geese. You guys check it out. We appreciate you. We have some merch available as well. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erica Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.